Namaste, warm greetings from the people of Nepal. In fact, it's my greatest pleasure to talk about a topic that is so close to my research interest, and this is what I have been doing for the last 20 years. Nepal and the Himalayas are inseparable. Extending across 880 kilometers of northern border frontier of Nepal, 15% of the total land area is covered by Himalaya. The Himalaya harbors variety climatic conditions due to its extreme altitudinal variation, nourishing rich diversity of plant species, wildlife and cultural heritage. Nepal Himalaya is a home of 8 of the highest peak in the world above 8,000 meters, including Mount Everest, and 1310 peaks above 6,000 meters. These snow-clad peaks release around 6,000 rivers and rivulets and more than 3,000 glaciers and 2,000 glacial lakes across the country. The rich resources and favorable climatic conditions have supported life and livelihood across the Himalaya through centuries. Sherpa, Rai, Limbu, Tamang, Jirel, Thakali, Magar and Gurung communities are the one living in these highest altitude regions of Nepal who follow Buddhism, Shamanism, Bon or other indigenous culture. Hindus of Kush heritage are dominant in the sub-Himalayas and the middle Himalayan valleys. The communities live in the awe of their mountains, extremely respectful of the peaks that are considered sacred. They follow environment measures incorporated in spiritual practices to ensure the region's holiness and purity remains undisturbed. To them, the mountains signify life, and slight disregard of which could bring unfathomable calamities for all living beings in the region. A young and fragile mountain system with some of the highest peaks on earth, the Himalaya region is extremely sensitive to global and local conditions. And the communities that live here have understood this and protected their mountains closely with their indigenous knowledge collected through centuries, adopting simple lifestyle in harmony with nature. The sustainable living practices of the communities and their resilience to hardship have certainly helped these communities thrive. The strong connections of the mountain communities with the Himalaya is reflected in their indomitable spirits and the exotic lifestyle. Trekkers in Nepal who are initially attracted by the exotic landscape and geography have often shared experiences of having been absolutely overwhelmed by the rich mountain culture and people. The community along the trekking trails are some of the most friendly, generous, loyal and hospitable people in the world, with ever-ready smiles and infectious positive attitude despite their hard life in the Himalayas. The communities add value to the trekking and tourism experience of visitors, no doubt. They also keep the momentum running in the mountain, utilizing the resources with seasonal agriculture, farming and animal husbandry. The value of indigenous practices for sustainable living in the Himalaya may have been unnoticed at one point, but could not be more relevant now than ever, with the risk of climate change looming large and threatening the very existing of the earth and humanity. In the recent years, natural calamities like avalanches and blizzards, landslides, flooding, unpredictable weather conditions, drying of rivers and water bodies have taken place across the Nepal Himalayas, causing tremendous damage to life and property. These calamities have been attributed to climate change and global warming. As the snow belt is fast melting in the Himalayas by as much as 30 meters per year and almost 50 meters vertically in the last 50 years. If the melting continues at the same rate, researchers and the glaciologists believe that there will be no glacier left in the Himalayas by the turn of the century. The prediction paints a green picture of beautiful mountains losing snow to be transformed into bare rocks in less than a century. However, the implications don't end there. With the continued melting of these glaciers, dreadful changes are anticipated for communities living in the region and downstream. In addition to flooding, it is expected to bring about shortage of fresh water in the whole territory and region, with dire changes in agriculture, hydropower, tourism and livelihood of the mountain people. The Himalaya is a global heritage, a benefactor of life, unique species of flora and fauna, exotic landscape and invaluable water resources for Nepal and the Himalayan region. It also plays a vital role in the ecosystem of the world. Therefore, we request the international community to prioritize safeguarding of the Himalaya. I also take this opportunity to thank the organizers of Sustainable Summit and other global effort to fight climate change and global warming, one of the most pressing issues of our times. Thank you.